It's an actual pleasure to be here because we are not doing one Maniac Cop movie. We're not doing two Maniac Cop movies. We're doing all three Maniac Cop movies. And to make it even better, we have the director of all three movies, Bill Lustig here.
Hi, I'm Bill Lustig. I produced and directed the first two Maniac Cop films and co-directed the third. And Santa Ana, California at the Frida Theater for a screening of the three Maniac Cop films. The turnout at Frida has been overwhelming, and I've been signing loads of autographs of video covers and posters, and one guy had me sign a t-shirt, and the crowd here, it's a nice turnout. I'm very pleased.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you down here.
My pleasure.
Thanks. Give it up for Bill Lustig, everyone. How did Maniac Cop come to be?
I was having lunch with Larry Cohen in New York, and he asked me why I had never done a follow-up or a sequel or to Maniac, my movie Maniac. And I said, I kind of felt it was over, you know. There's kind of a period at the end of the film. And so, you know, during the lunch, we started bouncing around ideas. At the time, there was Beverly Hills Cop, RoboCop. There was all these cop movies, so we said, well, what about a Maniac Cop? At the Frida, I'm doing Q&As between the screenings, and the audience have been asking some very interesting questions. It's been a fun time.
We talked about in the first movie because he's the one constant in all three movies is Robert Zadar. What did you have a different approach you wanted to use for Robert in Maniac Cop this time?
Not a different approach, but what happened with Robert is we were in pre-production, and Robert came to visit me, and he had been working out. He wasn't as big and as bulky, you know, as he had been in the first Maniac Cop. I said, Robert, what happened to you? He goes, oh, look, I'm in great shape and all this, and been, you know, dieting and working out. No, but you don't understand. Robert, I want Big Bobby, not Little Bobby. I need Big Bobby. And he goes, well, you know, to do that, I gotta take steroids. I said, well, I go into the petty cash. I said, Robert, knock yourself out. I'm so happy to be here because it seems like the films I made decades ago have resonated more today than they did when they were first made. There seems to be a new generation that's really appreciating the films, the genre films that myself and my colleagues had made back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. If you look back, Universal is known for their monster movies. Those are the ones that stand the test of time, not their silly comedies they made at the same time at the same studio. So it just shows you that good genre films have longevity. They don't perish.
I do have a question for you, Bill. Yes. Was at any point, even with what happened with this one, was there any discussion of doing a Maniac Cop 4?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually, God, after this, I was approached by the people who financed this film. At the end of the day, it was profitable, and profit means they want to do another one. And they came to me, and I just didn't want to do it. I really did. I was just so burnt. I didn't want to do it. I don't know. It was like the last thing on my mind. Now, with 30-year difference, I kind of say, you know, I have ideas that would be really great to do. And I kind of think about it, you know, not as a Maniac Cop 4, but it's kind of a reboot of the original. Doing a Maniac Cop today, there is a lot of interest in it. So probably easier to make a Maniac Cop today than it was when I first did it. In fact, in the first contract, I was so adamant about the movie being called Maniac Cop that in order for me to secure the financing, I had to agree that the company could change the title because they didn't like Maniac Cop. I've recently been seeing toys. We've been licensing them, and I have a table in my home where I display them. And yeah, it's been fun that these things have come out. I'm very grateful for companies like Creature Bazaar and Cinematic Void and Polar Bear Press. These are the companies that celebrate the movies that I made, and I'm very grateful to them.